What's the deal? We're going live. We're here on Instagram and we're also here on Facebook and YouTube. So on Facebook, let me just get this one thing out of the way. On Facebook, I'm not going to be able to read your comments. Well, later I will when the video is posted, but I'll get to read your comments if you're on YouTube on my chat. So that's what this website goes by. It's called Restream.io. You want to come join the live? Let me know. Message me, inbox me, whatever. I'll send you the link. But yeah, it looks like this Young Thug trial is heating up. Let's check it out.
What the science is showing us is the universe appears to be alive. It appears to be conscious.
Okay, Mr. Steele, would you take the podium, please, sir?
That boy looked like he was running or doing something he wasn't supposed to before he hit the stand. Mm-hmm.
All right. Mr. Steele, before I recessed, I asked you, how did you get this information? And it is not covered by work product. There's only one way you could have gotten it. So I'm going to ask you again.
And I respect that. And it gives me no joy, but as you know, Georgia Rule of Professional Conduct, please check me. Rule 1.6, comment 5 reads, and this is what I have. 1.6.
I know what the rule says, but here's the thing.
Well, let me just.
Whoa, this is heating up. Hey, Instagram, you're not going to be able to hear this because I want everybody to have good audio. But if you want to check out the Young Thug trial, what I'm watching right now, y'all go join my YouTube, the YouTube chat, and we're going to be able to see the whole thing. But right now, Young Thug's attorney is going to be put into cuffs. And if you want to watch it again, check out my YouTube, go to my live. Then you'll get the full audio and all that of what I'm actually looking at on screen.
But in order, you need to please tell me who you got it from. I'm not asking you sum and substance of anything as of yet, okay? But I need you to tell me how you got the information. If you don't tell me how you got the information, I'm going to hold you in contempt.
I understand. I don't want to be held in contempt.
And I don't want to hold you in contempt, but this is so sacrosanct.
Hey, what does that mean?
Conversation in my chambers parroted to you and others. It is that serious.
Yeah. And that's why I raised it. It is that serious that we should have been there and it shouldn't have happened.
Sir, that's a whole separate issue. And that's why ex parte conversations are recorded.
Why
what does that mean though?
Ex parte?
Dude, what does that mean? What does that mean?
You're acting like it's ex parte under seal.
It's ex parte. It's ex parte because that's what the state asked me to do. It's just like when you asked me for an ex parte conversation.
I've never asked this honorable court or any court to meet with me and a witness.
Sir, you're straying off the issue.
I'm not.
The issue is how did you get this information?
I understand the issue. I promise you I understand it. But what I'm trying to ask you is, if you look at comment 5, this is how I understand the law.
You cannot you can't violate something and then use privilege. Okay?
I'm not violating anything.
Okay, but that's why I'm saying, how did you get information?
This is crazy. Hey, again, go to YouTube if you want to see what I'm and hear what I'm looking at.
The privilege in 1.6 would occur
Instagram
if you were in the right place, right time to begin with. You weren't.
Let me tell you. I'm just reading from it. But if I'm reading
he's out of there. Young Thug's attorney's out of there.
It says 1.6 applies not merely to matters communicated in confidence by the client, but also to all information gained
Shout out
in the
Daniel. Hey, what's up, Daniel?
Whatever it's
chilling,
source.
fam. Make sure to do this if you haven't already.
You're ordering me, maybe. You're asking me. I'm not saying you're ordering.
Let me pause this real quick. Hey, again, if you want to see what I'm looking at and hear what I'm looking at with some good audio, where it's actually on the screen, not just coming from your phone, go to my YouTube. That's what we're watching live. We're watching Young Thug's judge yells at defense attorney and places him in the custody. So this is crazy, bro.
But to give you information, and you're saying it's not substance, but I'm telling you, I can't do that under the bar rules.
All right, well, I'm going to hold you in contempt.
Oh, he's
And,
getting held in
you can
contempt.
think about it. 5 o'clock today, we'll see where you are at that stand on that point. Because no, that's not what I understand the rule to be.
Dude, he's getting
I've
put in
not
the
asked you
cuffs.
sum and substance of what was said. I asked you how you got
You
it.
can't do that.
Yes, you can, because I have an idea how you got it.
Well, your idea
I have
may
an
be
idea how
wrong.
you got it, but that's improper, sir.
Your idea may be wrong, and you're asking me to listen. I told you the first time, and I'm not going
Sir,
to
I
breach
don't
that
want to. I
confidence.
don't want to hold you in contempt, but this is that serious.
Judge,
You
I'm the one who
cannot
raised it.
you cannot eavesdrop and get information that was not
That's crazy, fam.
not meant for you to hear at that particular point in
Don't
time.
you, Judge, you listen and listen. I'll do whatever you want to 5 o'clock or thereafter. But what I'm trying to tell you is, Your Honor, this is so serious to me. We need a hearing, and I'm moving for a mistrial. It is my understanding, based upon information belief,
From
that
whom?
part of it.
From whom?
Well, I'd like to get the substance first, and then we can
Okay,
talk
well then you'll be in custody until then because
Well, then-
because you need to tell me how you got the information. I'm not asking you what was said. You've already kind of given us some snippets of what you said. That tells me that somebody parroted that information to you. So,
But you're assuming something because I told you already.
well then,
I
other than
answer
if
that
you were
under
if you were sitting,
attorney-client.
unless you were sitting in there with a recorder or Miss Love or Miss Hilton,
This is the
or
Young
one
Thug
of the
case.
deputies gave you that information, or Miss Weaver shot
Shout out
you a
Caleb.
rough copy of the transcript.
Shout out Caleb. Hey, this is the Young Thug case. The Young Thug's judge yells at his defense attorney and he places him into custody, holds him in contempt. That's what we're looking at right now.
There's only one other person that's left,
Well, Your Honor,
and if that person
Oh, he
gave
called
you
him
that
bro.
information or shared that information with you, she probably violated privilege.
well, let me tell you two things. One, I don't know how that is a privileged communication. It shouldn't have
Well,
been
it's
ex
because she
parte.
has a client she's supposed to represent.
Who are you talking
But
about?
anyways, I'm not going to have a.
When I got
I'm
this
not gonna have any
information-
further- I'm not going to have any further conversation
Well-
with you about this. I want to know. The question still remains. I want to know who gave you the information.
Legal
I'd
system
like to
is
know what
rigged.
information happened outside our presence. That's
All right.
really it.
He can go into custody at this point in
I
time.
think that the court
Hey,
needs
he's
to
gonna
again
get
declare
put
a
into
mistrial
custody,
based
guys.
upon-
Okay, and I'm going to deny your. I'm going to deny your
Tommy,
motion. I'm going to deny your motion.
I
for
understand that
mistrial.
you spoke with a
And when-
witness outside of our presence.
And whenever, yes, I had an ex parte conversation, which is
and you-
appropriate.
And you influenced the witness based on information belief, and I'd like to have that all on the record.
All right.
I mean, I don't know why that's so hard to do. If nothing
Okay.
happened bad, that's fine. But you're acting like, tell me who it is and don't talk about the substance. Why can't we have an issue that was outside of presence? It should not have been.
Because you got some information that you shouldn't have gotten.
Why?
Well, that's for another day.
But why?
Okay,
Why
that's for
didn't we
another day.
exclude in the first place? I didn't know about this stuff.
That's
I raised
for
it
another
before the
day.
court.
So-
I raised it as soon as we found out about it.
Well,
I gave you the case I'm relying on. I assume you read it. If you didn't read it, you should read it. It's a material part, a critical part of the case. When a judge speaks with a witness outside the presence of the accused,
willing to go to
the
jail
court
for
has
his
said
client.
it's right
Respect
there in
that.
Division 2.
okay.
That
Don't
is
trust
a
lawyers. Hey,
material or
respect
critical
though,
part of
ma'am.
the case, and it's an
Caleb.
automatic
Steele,
reversal.
Mr. Steele,
But you're acting like it's
Mr. Steele,
private.
that is not when
Hey, that.
that is not the case when somebody discloses information in a ex parte conversation that one of the parties lawfully asked me to hold.
You're not supposed to have communication with a witness who's been sworn. You know that I'm not telling you. I'm just saying if you read I'm assuming you read it. That's what it says. And you did it
Does the
supposedly.
state wish to be heard?
You said it supposedly.
Yes, Your Honor.
And what I'm trying to get to is
State
why
does.
did that happen outside of presence? And I need to have I'm respectfully requesting the transcript that you mentioned to be given to us so we could really understand it. And then anything that was not on the transcript, if anything, that we understand what happened outside our presence.
Okay.
And now you have put it where somehow I have to reveal, and I told you the first time, I'd be breaching 1.6. And I know you're assuming something.
I don't think you're breaching 1.6. You can't hide behind 1.6.
I'm not hiding behind
And
anything.
you can't hide behind, yeah, but the thing is, I think you got this information.
So he's not going to be held in contempt? I don't
Somebody
understand.
disclosed it to you, and that's the only way you could have gotten it.
What I got.
Because
what
unless
I
you're
got-
sitting there, you're eavesdropping. So you can't use something ordinarily that you had no business getting to begin with, and then stand on, well, hey, we didn't give you the information, or that a party didn't give you the information. So,
Your Honor, but that's the issue, isn't it?
well,
Why aren't we
I'll
entitled
let,
to the
you know, that's
But isn't that the
leads
issue?
that leads to be told. But,
But,
State, do you have
right
anything you want?
now, we don't know
Mr. Steele.
why we were excluded from that.
Mr.
And I
Steele,
want that
stop.
information because
Just
Mr.
stop.
Williams' constitutional right under
Just
the
stop.
Georgia Constitution.
Just stop at this point in time, because
Article 1, Section 1,
because
paragraph
you've
4.
already said that. You've already
The
said
Georgia
that.
Constitution, and we have the right to be present.
All right,
And we're
Mr.
not waiving anything.
Yes, madam, Ms. Lowe.
And Your Honor, excuse me. And I know I said this previously.
Yes, sir.
But we are not accepting any proffer
Oh,
from
gosh,
Ms. Lowe.
okay, excuse me.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
To the court.
you're getting heated,
The
bro.
court has inquired. We have no way of knowing what it is, was that disclosed information that was contained within an ex parte conversation. Not only was there an ex parte communication between, that we requested as a state to be on record with the court, but there was communication made, I believe, to a person and his lawyer. I don't know that the reason that counsel took the podium was to address that particular issue so much as it was to try and assert an inaccurate,
Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Thank you. I appreciate all the comments.
what he calls fact, and put it out there in the open as if it were true. But we certainly have the right to request ex parte communications. That's why we ask that the court reporter be present.
They playing dirty
This
for
is
real,
a matter
bro.
that the defendants did not have a right to be a part of, as this was a matter regarding a civil contempt that the court imposed upon a person for not obeying the court's directive. The state read the case that Mr. Steele cited. It does not stand for the proposition he asserts that it does. And regarding further legal support for our position, we would provide that to the court, but we are more concerned that information that is disclosed in an ex parte setting gets relayed to the parties who are not privy to that. The whole purpose of the ex parte request was so that that did not happen. And we expressed on the record our concerns and our reasons for concern regarding that. We believe that without more information about how that information got relayed to the defendants, we cannot make the kind of assertion I'd be inclined to make. So before making the next set of assertions, I would need to know how that information
It does sound
was
like she's
made
reading a
privy
teleprompter
to them,
or trying
to
to,
counsels for the defendant.
lack thereof.
We did not act inappropriately or outside of the rules of professional responsibility. And if need be, we will reach out to the state bar ourselves and ask what the appropriate remedy is for everything that has happened over the last 2 days, well, the last 2 work days, because we are extremely concerned. We have observed a number of actions on the parts of a number of people that I am not comfortable stating publicly at this time, but that would appear to call for being addressed in some other way. So as to Mr. Steele's request, I guess it was for a mistrial. I'm not even certain what all that was. I think it
So
was
he's not going to be put
probably
into
more
contempt,
to
or he is?
make inaccurate assertions on the record public to whomever was within listening shot of his voice. And we would ask that the court strike everything that he said from the time he stood up and started talking after the court asked him where it was that he obtained the information that was made privy in counsel for this court.
All right.
And regarding Rule 1.6, Your Honor, we read 1.6 as standing there. 1.6 in no way shields Mr. Steele's answer that the court requested he give. Rule 1.6 has to do with attorney-client privilege, and that is information that Mr. Steele obtained from his client regarding whatever matters. I don't know if the information was leaked to his client from someone who was in chambers, or if the information was leaked directly to Mr. Steele. In either event, it is concerning and in no way falls under the protections of Rule 1.6. If the court would allow me a moment.
All right.
I thought he was going to get put into contempt. What's going on?
Regarding further appropriate remedies, Your Honor, we would ask the court for an opportunity to further look into appropriate remedies for circumstances such as this, apart from what the court has already said, because it's grave enough when information is leaked from within the court's chambers regarding a matter that has been requested as ex parte, and we would ask for the opportunity
Earl,
to
you got
present
some-
to
you
the
got
court
some- you got
additional
some
appropriate
insight on
remedies
that.
we believe are available.
All right. Sure.
And Your Honor, also, unless it's Mr. Adams representing Mr. Steele in the capacity as someone who has been held in contempt, Mr. Steele just argued whatever it is that they are trying to argue based on information we believe illegally obtained
Okay.
from the court's chambers.
I represent Mr. Williams, and my statements are in regards to my representation of Mr. Williams.
All right.
He has two attorneys.
Okay, yeah, he does, but
The court now having found Mr. Steele in contempt, if the court continues in that position, that leaves Mr. Williams represented, at least at this juncture, by myself. That puts me in a position of making sure the court is aware that I'm in receipt of the same information that Mr. Steele received. I'm of the same opinion that the court has engaged in behavior that I believe compromises and corrupts the continuation of this trial. I do believe that we are entitled to and should receive a copy of the transcript so that a full investigation can be made as to what we believe has occurred here. And so I take the same position as Mr. Steele. I am asking for a mistrial, as he did previously, and I'm telling the court that I do not believe that we can proceed at this point based upon the information that we've received.
all right. So,
And frankly, I don't believe the state has any say in that. My statements are in regards to my representation of Mr. Williams, and if Mr. Steele is going to be held in contempt, I have exactly the same position. I also do not.
well,
believe
I asked him, so I didn't ask you.
Yeah.
So, but I'm I'll leave it at that. Okay?
Hey, they're going to bat for each other, bruh.
What is it, Mr. Sharp?
Thank you, Your Honor. As you know, I represent Shannon Stillwell. On behalf of Shannon Stillwell, I am going to be moving for a mistrial, first and foremost. I just want to clear up a few things that have been said. Today, we were instructed to come 8:30 for a 9 o'clock start. I would not be honest with the court if I said I was here at 8:30, but I was probably here at about 8:40. We did not start till approximately, I'm estimating 11 o'clock. Clearly, we figured something was going on. We were given no information about any meeting, who was meeting, what the meeting was about, or whether the meeting was ex parte or not ex parte, who requested the meeting, who was in the meeting. We were completely in the dark. And quite frankly, we kind of remain in the dark. I am not a false accuser, okay? I do not just willy-nilly accuse people of things. So, I'm not going to throw out spurious allegations like the ones that have been thrown at me over the past couple days that are absurd. But I will say, Your Honor, what I do know is just based on what we've heard over the last 20 minutes, it appears there was a meeting that I knew nothing about that involved Your Honor, the district attorneys, and a witness who had been sworn in. My client was not given an opportunity to be present at this critical stage. This was a critical stage in this trial. That error is a foundational structural error in this case, and it is the cause for an immediate mistrial. Additionally, Your Honor, I believe that this meeting, again, I'm going to ask for the transcript and I'm going to ask for the recordings as well, should they exist. But I believe that this meeting with a witness without us present may have made the district attorneys and or Your Honor a witness to this in this case, a material witness in this case. And finally, Your Honor, I'm going to ask for as soon as possible, I'm going to ask that these proceedings be halted until we can obtain an accurate final transcript for what occurred where none of the defendants or defense counsel were present for, and also the recordings of that meeting so we can see where we are. Again, I'm not going to sit up here and make false accusations or spurious allegations, but I do think we need to figure out what happened. We need to be in the know and not in the dark about what happened when a meeting occurs with a witness that has been sworn in and we're not invited to the party. So those are my requests, Your Honor. I think it's necessary at this time to put a halt to these proceedings. I am moving for a mistrial. I have not waived anything. I just found out about this information. It is timely, and that's our stance, Your Honor. Thank you.
I've noted your motion for mistrial. It's denied. Okay, are you same thing? You want the Harvey? Okay, all right. Okay, Mr.
I'm adopting all of the statements.
All right.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Carlton Matthews here on behalf of Mr. Marquez Huey.
Okay.
We are also adopting all the arguments that have been made by
All right, sir.
Steele, by Attorney Keith Adams, by Attorney Max Sharp, by Attorney Douglas Weinstein. We also, Your Honor, we were here at the appropriate time, and when the court did come out, we were not made aware that there had even been an communication that was had, that was on the record, just in the point of just letting the parties know that there had been this particular meeting. I had my suspicions that that was likely what was going on, but I could not reduce that to a fact. When the court came out, the court just got started. We believe that based upon, again, ex parte, we don't have to know the substance all the time. Just the fact that there was of that meeting, Your Honor, would have at least put us on some notice that there was something that was going on, even beforehand. I thought that would have been the appropriate move, but nonetheless, Your Honor, I'm asking the court for mistrial. I believe that it's appropriate here under these facts and circumstances. Thank you.
All right, motion for mistrial denied. Ms. D. Williams? All right, thank you, madam. Motion's denied. Mr. Garner?
The first step to tackling your credit
What are they
card
talking
debt
about?
is understanding how much debt you actually have.
Okay, so noted. All right. Okay, Mr. Steele, last time. Who told you? All right, Mr. Steele's in custody. And once he clears the area, we'll go ahead and get started.
If by that point means that we'll get started and resume the trial, Your Honor.
Yeah, we're going to continue. I'm not caught nothing.
I'm not going to participate in the trial without the Steele and without
You don't have that luxury at this point in time, sir. You don't. You don't.
without the court addressing
You don't have that luxury. You don't have that luxury at this point in time. You don't.
without the court addressing the issue that we believe is germane.
Sir, you all are really getting yourselves cross purposes at this point in time.
I don't believe so.
Sir, I'm telling you, you are at this point in time. You made some things out of nothing. I think that you're on very precarious ground at this point in time. So I'm telling you at this point in time, he's in custody. We're going to go ahead and start. You can represent Mr. Williams. That's okay. That's fine. I'll take up the other stuff as needed, but I'm not going to take it up right now.
I will not.
Say again?
Respectfully, I will not. I cannot. And
Sir,
technically, I
you
am
have,
so I can properly represent Mr. Williams
well,
until
you,
this issue is
you're going to have to do the best you can at this point in time, because you don't get to extort the court. That's what you're attempting to do at this point in time. Sir, yes, you are. What you're trying to do is, I'm not going forward if I don't get this. You know, it doesn't work that way, Mr. Adams. And I'm telling you at this point in time, I would just kind of govern yourself accordingly. Sir, I'm telling you, as the court, under these particular circumstances, everything will come out as it should. I don't think, sir, I don't have enough information at this point in time to address it. I don't. But I'm telling you at this point in time, there is nothing that was given, said, whatever, this morning that.
If there is any accuracy to some of the information that we are.
But sir, I don't even know. Your co-counsel won't even tell me who said whatever. Okay. And the challenge I'm having in this particular circumstance is that is such a violation of the sacrosanctness of the court's chambers and an ex parte conversation. You're just glossing over that. You're glossing over that in its entirety. No, it's not, sir. Sir, that's not what happened. That's not what happened. That's not what happened. I'm just telling you, that's not what happened.
Judge, respectfully, we are not obligated to simply accept that there's been no violation. We believe that there has been, and the only.
Okay, well then you've made your. No, we're not doing that at this point in time. So you'll have a choice to make. All right, take Mr. Steele into custody, please.
Your Honor, would the court afford me one moment to confer with counsel regarding the appropriate remedy in this type of situation?
Okay, all right.
They're really taking him in.
May I say one thing, Your Honor?
Yes, sir, you certainly may.
Mr. Williams does not wish to go forward without me being here. You are removing me against his will, my will. You're taking away his right to counsel. and you're conducting material parts of this trial without me present, and I can't learn about it by watching online. So for that reason, additionally, I asked for a mistrial. And I assume you deny, but I'd like you to deny our motions for mistrial. You denied the other people.
I've denied your motion, but I'll certainly take that under advisement, sir.
Whoa, that dude, that's Young Thug's attorney.
When we take into consideration the extraordinary artifacts that we find in Ecuador and now
With Mr. Copeland here, so go ahead, Ms. Hilton.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Copeland, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
I gotta say it back.
You haven't said anything yet. On Friday, when we left, I asked you how old you are. You said that you were grown. Can you please tell me in numbers how old you are?
Say that again.
Sure. Can you please tell the jury how old you are in numbers?
32.
And when is your birthday?
Say that again.
When is your birthday? I'm sorry. When is your birthday?
This month.
Is it live?
I think so.
Okay. And were you born on July 25th?
I guess.
Okay. Are you from Atlanta?
I'm from Canterville.
Okay. Is that a section of the city in Atlanta?
I guess.
You guess? All right. And did you grow up in Mechanicsville?
For sure.
Did you say for sure? All right. And when you grew up, do you have siblings?
Huh?
Do you have brothers and sisters?
Yeah.
All right. And when you were younger, did you live with all of your brothers and sisters?
Objection, relevance.
Overruled, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to specifically talk about your brothers. How many brothers do you have?
Relevance.
Overruled, sir.
More than one.
Okay. How many?
I think 3.
All right. And what are your 3 brothers' names?
Relevance.
Overruled, sir.
Trey Nato boss.
Say that one more time. You said it's fast.
Nato Trey's boss.
Nato, Trez, and Boss. Okay. Nato. What's Nato's given name? Or you just give me the first name.
I just did.
Nato.
Yeah.
Okay. Trez. What's Trez's first name?
Trey's.
Is Trez's first name Ron Trez?
I guess.
All right. And Nato, is that Rodney?
I guess.
Okay. And then what's the third nickname you gave me?
Boss.
Is Boss Rodriguez?
I guess.
All right. And when you were younger, did you go to school?
Yes.
Where did you attend school?
I don't know. I went to a lot of different schools.
Okay. What are all the schools you went to?
I don't recall all of them.
Oh, just tell me some of them.
I only know one. Slater.
Slater. Is that elementary school or middle school?
Elementary.
Why you don't remember what middle school you went to? Did you go to middle school?
I think I did.
How long did you go to? Did you finish middle school?
Relevance.
Overruled.
Yeah, I think.
Okay. Did you go to high school at all?
Yeah.
All right. When you went to high school, did you go to Southside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overruled, sir.
Did you graduate from high school?
No.
All right. Do you remember what year you left high school?
No.
All right. After high school, did you work?
No.
What did you do after high school if you weren't working?
Say that again.
Did you do anything? If you weren't working, what were you doing?
I don't recall.
Okay. Are you married?
Nope.
Are you in a relationship?
Nope.
Right. Do you have children?
You know that.
Okay. I do, but the jury doesn't. Do you have children?
Yep.
All right. How many?
More than one.
All right. Do you have more than 3?
I might. Ain't no telling.
Okay. That's perfect. That's fair. Do you have 2 that you know of?
Yeah.
All right. And how old are your 2 children?
The same age.
What's that?
I don't know. Y'all been having me in jail so long. I can't recall.
Were you in jail on Friday? Prior to?
Yeah, I was in jail Friday.
Were you in jail on Thursday?
Thursday ain't came yet.
No, last Thursday.
I felt like it.
All right. When you weren't in jail last Thursday, although you felt like it, how old were your children?
I don't know their ages.
Okay. Are you currently working?
I'm in jail.
Prior to going to jail on Friday, are you currently working?
Nope.
All right. Now, you talked about being in jail, which was on Friday. Prior to any of this, do you have any criminal convictions?
Of course.
Okay. Do you know offhand how many?
Don't keep up with it.
Okay. Tell the jurors the types of crimes that you've been convicted of.
Driving without license.
Okay. What else?
Driving with suspended license.
Okay. What else?
Ran in front of police.
All right. What else? Let me ask, do you have a theft
I'll be
by...
putting charges on me, so I go to jail for the charges y'all throw on me.
Okay. Do you have a conviction for theft by taking?
You tell me.
Do you recall having a conviction for theft by taking from 2009?
What did I take?
Yes or no?
I don't know what happened in 2009.
Do you recall having any convictions for aggravated assault?
Probably so.
All right. What about conviction for entering auto?
I don't know.
Okay. What about for terroristic threats?
What about it?
Do you have a conviction for terroristic threats?
I think that was with the aggravated assault.
Okay. What about theft by receiving stolen property?
I don't know.
What about possession of a vehicle with altered VIN number?
Never heard of that.
Okay. And what about possession of a controlled substance with the intent to distribute?
What's that?
Did you ever take a drug charge recently?
Oh, that's the charge y'all put on me.
Okay. Did you plead guilty to that?
I had to.
All right. And did you recently plead guilty to possession of a firearm by a convicted felon?
Y'all put that charge on me too.
Okay. And did you plead guilty to that?
I had to.
All right. Your Honor, the state's going to tender State's Exhibit 382Y, 383Y, 384Y, and 385, thank you, Your Honor, as self-authenticating documents. 382Y is the criminal conviction 15 SC.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm getting to that, Mr. Steele, so.
20,000 children in the middle of New York City without anybody seeing. They are being put into buses.
Mr. Copeland, remember we swore you in on Friday? Just want to remind you you're still under oath, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Now, Ms. Copeland, in addition to some of those charges that we just discussed, did you also have a federal charge in 2015, a federal gun charge that you pled guilty to?
I did?
Do you recall having a federal gun charge in 2015?
You asking me or you telling me?
I'm asking you.
What you asking me?
Did you plead guilty to a federal gun charge in 2015?
I think I did.
Okay. Did you go to prison for that gun charge?
I pled guilty to it. I'm pretty sure y'all sent me to prison.
Okay. Do you recall how long you spent in prison?
You can remind me?
Do you recall how long you spent in prison?
No, I don't recall.
Did you spend at least 5 years in custody?
I think that's what they gave me.
When did you get out of prison for the federal charges?
When they let me go.
Do you remember what year that was?
One of the year.
Was it in 2024?
It's this year, ain't?
Right.
Nah.
Okay. Was it last year in 2023?
No.
Was it the year before that in 2022?
I think I was in Rice Street.
In 2022?
I think.
Okay. So then, did you get out of prison and then go to Rice Street?
Y'all locked me up so much, I can't read.
And let me say this, when we say Rice Street, are you talking about the Fulton County Jail?
Yeah.
Okay. But you went to Rice Street after you got out of federal custody?
I went to Rice Street. Nah, I think I got out on the street. And then y'all locked me back up.
All right. So then in 2022, if you went into custody at Rice Street, did you get out of the federal custody in 2021?
I got it feds in 2019.
Okay, thank you. Now, Ms. Coleman, do you have a nickname? You're smiling. Do you have
Ask me a question?
Do you have a nickname?
Yeah.
What's your nickname?
Psycho.
Okay. Do you have another one?
Yeah.
What's that?
Woody.
Woody. And do you have a way that you spell Woody?
However people want to spell it.
Okay. And how did you get your nickname?
My mama.
And when people refer to you, do they refer to you as Kenneth, Psycho, or Woody?
All three.
All three. Which one do they use the most?
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance.
Overrule, sir. That's not an objection, sir.
Which one do people refer?
Overrule, sir. He said speculation. Overrule, sir. That's right.
People who don't know me that good call me Woody.
Okay. And what about people who know you?
They call me Kenneth.
They call you Kenneth. Now I want to ask you if you know a few people, all right? First, do you know someone by the name of Shannon Stillwell?
What's his nickname?
SB. Or Shannon? Or Shannon Jackson? Stillwell, Shannon Stillwell, or Shannon Jackson, same person?
Yeah.
Okay. How long have you known Shannon?
We went to school together.
Do you remember which school?
I know one of them.
It was one of them. Okay. Was it elementary or middle?
Might be elementary or middle, one of them.
Okay. And I know I just said his nickname is SB. Is that what you call him?
That's what I call who?
Shannon.
No.
Okay. What do you call Shannon?
I call him Shannon.
And do you see Shannon in the courtroom today?
Well, I got a vision problem.
Okay.
I can't see that far.
All right, so if you want to stand up and look around the courtroom and look around the entire courtroom, tell me if you see Shannon in the courtroom today. Do you need to sit down?
Nah, I give me light here. They ain't had nothing to drink.
Okay, do you want some water?
You gonna give me a drink?
I'll get you some water.
I don't drink water.
Well, I don't have nothing else for you, but I will put some water up there for you.
Who am I looking for?
Shannon.
I think I see him.
Okay. When you say you think, you can have a seat. When you say you think you see him, what do you think he's wearing?
Look like he wearing gray over there.
So who are you pointing to over there that's wearing gray?
I think the lady got red hair.
Okay, so you pointing to a lady and not Shannon?
No, the one behind her.
Okay, so you're saying you believe that the person behind the lady with the red hair is Shannon. Is that what you're saying today?
Well, it looked like.
Okay. Does anybody else over there look like Shannon?
Yeah.
Okay, who's the other person who looks like Shannon over there?
He's standing behind the bald head dude right there.
He's standing or he's sitting?
Sitting down, I guess.
Okay. What's his hairstyle?
Bald head.
So you're saying Shannon's the one with the bald head? Or he's sitting behind
he's sitting
him?
behind the dude with the bald head. I think that's him.
Okay.
It's two people with dreads. I can't see I just see dreads.
Okay. Let me just ask you this. Is Shannon from Atlanta?
I don't know.
When you first met him, where did you meet him at? Was it in school?
Ooh.
While y'all were in school, did y'all develop a friendship?
Nope.
Okay. At some point in time, did you ever develop a friendship with Shannon?
Yeah.
Okay. When was that?
I don't know when, but at one point we became cool.
Okay. And when you say cool, what do you mean?
COOL.
I didn't ask you to spell it. I asked you what you mean.
Well, we became cool. I don't know what you mean. I don't know.
Did you look at him as a brother? Was he an acquaintance? Was he just someone you talked to on occasion? When you define cool, what was your relationship like with him?
Oh, just a dude in the street.
That's it? Did that develop over time?
Say that again.
You said he was just a dude in the street. Did that relationship develop over time? Where he became more than just a dude on the street?
I guess.
Okay. And when you say, I guess, what do you mean?
What you mean? What do I mean? We became cool.
Okay. During the course of your coolness with Shannon, did you meet any of his family members?
Say that again.
As your coolness of your relationship developed, did you meet any family members of his?
No.
Never met any of his family members?
I never met none of his family members.
Okay. What about any of his girlfriends?
What you mean?
Have you ever met any of the people he ever dated?
I don't know how he's seen him, but I done seen him with girls.
Okay, so you met some of the people that he may or may not have dated.
I guess.
All right. Now, when y'all were cool and you would see him in the streets, how often would you all hang out with each other?
What you mean?
How often would the two of you spend time with each other?
You gotta be specific.
Sure. Would the two of you go out?
I go out with anybody, even you.
I'm not asking about me. I'm asking about Shannon. Would the two of you go out?
We have went out.
Okay. How often have the two of you gone out?
I don't know.
Is it more than, let's see. Not going out with him?
I met him like in Like, after me and him went to school, we never hung. I met him like in 20 what? I met him in recent years. Like, after we left school, like, in school, we just knew each other. We didn't.
Y'all didn't hang out with each other?
No.
So about how old were you when y'all began hanging out with each other?
Most of our, whatever you're trying to say, I was in jail. So.
But prior to you going to jail, did you hang out with Shannon?
I said yeah to that.
Okay. So my question is, if we're in 2024, I want you to think back